Hi, Facebook friend. We are keeping tabs on the thunderstorm activity across the state of Connecticut and just wanted to show you the latest view on early warning pinpoint Doppler and how we do have still some thunderstorms across the state. Most of this is not categorically severe per se, where we are not having any warnings on these now. We're keeping our eyes on these, so is the National Weather Service, but as far as putting out wind in excess of 58 miles an hour and hail at 1 inch in diameter or greater, we don't have that, so we don't have warnings, but we have some pretty good thunderstorms. If you're underneath them, you're thinking, so what? So here we are. Here's Prospect, here's Bethany. We see one of these storms. Here's New Haven Road. Here's Cheshire. Some pretty good rains going on here. Route 10's looking rather wet as well. West Main Street, also Wallingford Road. It's looking really wet. And there's a lot of lightning, clouded ground lightning registering here, especially as you look towards Downs Road and also Litchfield Turnpike. There have been some lightning strikes, especially here on the north side of Bethany and on the east side of Naugatuck, too, east of Route 8. So this is one cell, and it's been moving fairly slowly. So I'm sure we've been able to put out some pretty good rain here over the last several hours. In fact, let's see if I can actually get that to generate for us, see if we can get rain total estimates out of this particular storm. When it was in Middlebury and up towards parts of Waterbury, at least by radar estimates, because it sat so long, the radar is picking up the idea there could have been 3 to 4 inches of rain in this area. And in Prospect right now, the registered rain estimates are at about an inch. Naugatuck, a little over an inch as well estimated so far. Oops, I gotta pay attention where I'm pointing this. I'm sorry. So up here towards Middlebury and up towards the south side of Waterbury, that's where we saw 3 to 4 inches of rain estimated by radar. In Naugatuck, as I said already, and over towards Prospect, where it's still raining, we've already, at least by radar estimates, seen an inch of rain. So that is quite notable. Now, as far as the severe weather parameters, which are those hail and wind concern items, let's take a look at the Barron button. That very often gives us an idea of where there's hail potential with storms, and there is, at least according to this, what could be some small hail near Bethany, Falls Road, Miller Road is in this, really basically the center of town. And then the Barron button is saying near Prospect, especially from center of town south on New Haven Road, there could be some smaller hail. And that will be slowly tracking to the northeast. So parts of Cheshire, you might see some hailstone mixed in with the rain, hailstones. And then over time towards South Meriden as well. So we do have this particular storm. Let me put it back to the reflectivity mode. Let me clear the deck so we don't have the reflectivity values on there. And I'm going to put this back at the state view. This is not the only storm we've got going on. And in fact, a new storm up here has warranted a new severe thunderstorm warning up towards parts of Enfield and then over along the towns that flank the Massachusetts line. I think that's more in for good measure. I think that mainly applies to Massachusetts, but you can see on the southern end of that storm here near Stafford on Munson Road, there's been a lot of lightning here up near Staffordville Lake. You could see on, let's see, we've got Munson Road and Old Munson Road, also Harrisville Road, Colburn Road, and then as you get into parts of Munson, Massachusetts, so Route 32, it's a tough go as you're crossing the state line. So that particular cell is, I think, the most interesting in terms of severe weather. So let's switch back to the Barron button on that and show you, yeah, we do have the potential for some larger hail with this storm and probably some gusty wind as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we have wind gusts up to maybe 50 miles an hour, especially near that hail core where there's up to an inch of hail potential. And that is, part of Connecticut is in that. I would say that the northern part of Stafford, maybe parts of Somers also would be in that. Old Springfield Road, as that goes from Stafford and into Somers, that part of the state too could be seeing some hailstones at this point. So yeah, we do have that severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued, and then we had one down across Fairfield County. It looks like that one has been set to expire. So it is definitely a situation with the weather where we are watching. Oh, there's a new severe thunderstorm warning on that one that's in through parts of parts of New Haven County as well. So we've got a couple of warnings now on there. Let me change this back to reflectivity. That was just issued as you and I are talking. I think because they're seeing the strengthening of that cell that we were looking at near Cheshire and Prospect and Bethany, and now we've got a new projection on that in terms of where that might go with that arrow. And what that arrow does indicate is the potential of what we might have with that storm. The severe thunderstorm warning expires at 5:45. You could see the motion on it. And I would say it's this cell here in Bethany near, I can't tell because of all the lightning strikes. It looks like Downs Road. And then as we look towards Shepherd Avenue, that would be next in line, West Todd Street, Hill Street. So this area here, from where the cell is now, project that eastward in towards Quinnipiac, this is the area most apt to see what could be some larger hailstones and maybe some gusty wind. But even outside of where I'm pointing, I wouldn't be surprised in other parts of this cell, even where you don't have the intense lightning, you could have some wind gusts coming out of this thing up here, especially as the wind rushes out ahead of the rain. Sometimes you get the downdrafts. The air, that cool air settles down and then spreads out in the form of wind out of that storm. So we do have some of these warnings out. Again, let me broaden the view to the state view. The severe thunderstorm warning for parts of New Haven County, it does include Hamden. It does include the city of New Haven, though I think most of the activity should stay to the north. It does include the Meriden area. That goes till 5:45. And then we've got this warning up here along the Massachusetts border for Stafford, for Union especially. Enfield, although you're included in it, I think you're out of it right now because I think most of the activity's to the east of you. So we have these two warnings going on until just before 6 o'clock today. So I'm going to leave it there because I have to now get in on the television and actually do a cut in on TV. That's going to take me a minute or two to prepare. So there we are. Okay. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.